from. Just some of them ask me where me get it from. I told them no, no, it's from creation. I told them no, no, it's from creation. Bam, bam, hey, yo. What a bam, 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 dilang. Bam, 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 dilang. Bam, bam, hey. What a bam, bam. Ta what a bam, bam. This woman never trouble no one. I'm a lady, I'm not a man. MC is my ambition. I come free nice of Jamaican. So bam, bam. Ta what a bam, bam. Bam, bam, dilang. Bam, bam. Bam, bam, dilang. Bam, bam. Hey, yo. I me say what a bam, bam. Tell me say what a bam, bam. Hey, yo. Tell 'em. Me born and me grow in a Princeton state. I not see right the Christmas lyrics. When you hear them, you sound like Christy Biscuits. You come in at the place and me say well, slick. He bam, bam, hey, yo. Ta what a bam, bam. Bam, bam, dilang. Bam, bam. Bam, bam, dilang. Bam, bam, hey, yo. Ta what a bam, bam, hey, yo. Say what a bam, bam. That's some of them a say me want to mash up them plans. I told them no, no, me a one businesswoman. Sister not say she a one in a 3 million. Sister not say she a one in a 3 million. So bam, bam. Say what a bam, bam. Bam, bam, dilang. Bam, bam. Bam, bam, dilang. Bam, bam, hey. Say go, sister Nancy, beg you go. I tell you say fi go, sister Nancy, beg you go. I know it from me head straight down to my toe. I tell it out, sister Nancy on the go. And some of them a ask her, sister Nancy make your bad song. Long down the list, sister Nancy make your bad song. He bam bam, what a bam bam. He bam bam dilang, bam bam. He bam bam dilang, bam bam. What a bam bam. Hey, tell me say what a bam bam. This woman, I never trouble no one.
It's like the complete
I'm a
opposite of
lady, I'm not a man. MC is my ambition. I come feel nice up Jamaican. So bam bam. Say what a bam bam. Bam bam dilang. Bam bam. Bam bam dilang. Bam bam. Tell me say one thing Nancy can't understand. One thing Nancy can't.
Oh, how sweet the day I saw his face. His name was Jesus, and he took
I'm not sure if you guys believe in this on a level that I didn't think was possible. It's like the complete opposite of like what barcoding is supposed to do. You know, these people are like anonymous and they try to get a little edge with their build orders over the knowledge they have and they flip.
I did my best to ruin this old life of mine, and yet it still pursued me to the very end. And that's the hour I learned what true love meant. Yeah. Redeeming grace cleanse this wicked heart. Redeeming grace love me from the start. Even when I walked away, even when I turned my back on you, redeeming grace never fails.
Riser always has a special place in my heart because he's like one of the true believers of Blake DTs, but I also know that he's gonna have a hard time, and I do not
Not
enjoy
for
playing
riches, but for human hearts. And though the sky outside is getting dark, redeeming grace won't let us fall apart. We'll never fall apart. Redeeming grace cleanses the wicked heart. Redeeming grace love me from the start. Even when I walk away, coming up only to hold you under, and coming up only to show you wrong, and to know you is hard, and we wonder. To know you all wrong, we won. Really too late to call, so we wait for morning to wake you is all we got. But to know me as hardly golden is to know me all wrong. They would. At every occasion, I'll be ready for the funeral. Every occasion, once more, it's called the funeral.
Every stop line.
Every occasion, oh, I'm ready for the funeral.
That never happened.
Every occasion, oh, 1 billion day funeral. I'm coming up only to show you down for, and coming up only to show you wrong. To the outside, the dead leaves lay on the lawn, for they die behind trees to hang their fall.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Amateur Hour. I am here with Ethereal Doom. Doom, how are you doing today?
Doing swearing chilltastic, if that's even a word, my friend.
You look very chill right now. Look very, very comfortable.
That's my usual style. You
Love
can
it.
tell.
Love it. FB Stover, welcome. Everyone else that's not chatting but here, welcome. Before we get into too much, do have to give a shout out to our sponsors that keep us in business, and that is Kmart, Mountain Dew, almost said, oh, that's not the right company. Kmart, Mountain Dew, Doritos, and a guy named Ncreds is our official sponsors of Amateur Hour. So, thanks to them, we are still in business.
Mountain Dew Spark, to be exact.
Ooh,
That's what everybody's vibing right now.
I've never had the Spark. Is it good?
It's great. That and Major Melon are my two favorites.
Have
So,
you tried the new Flamin' Hot yet?
I have. It's interesting, but I like it.
Okay.
So
I've heard it tastes like Mountain Dew just with spice. Is that true?
yeah, it's like if you ever had like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, except it's more lime involved.
Okay.
So, which is nice. I like it though.
I figure like someday I'm gonna have to try it before it goes out of production, but I
Yeah.
haven't really been in a rush, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
But even though I'm skeptical about that, I do have to say Mountain Dew has some other great products. Check them out anywhere that soda is sold. Anyway, Doom, welcome to the couch. You are the Emmy tier veteran,
Meme at this point.
meme expert, whatever you want to call it.
I said a general chat in RSC before the draft and stuff. I was like, I'm just destined to be down here forever. There's no way they're moving me up ever just for the memes at this point.
Oh man, you'll be like GC in a couple seasons, just still playing an Emmy.
Exactly.
So questions for you.
you.
How did you first get into Rocket League?
From a Christmas present, essentially. It was like back in 2017, and then I didn't touch the game for like a year and a half after that, and then I found this league in like early 2019, and the addiction hasn't stopped since, sadly.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. So 2019, what are we? We're currently season 14?
Yeah,
So what season did you start?
season 5.
Season 5. So you've been here basically since the start then.
Almost. I think next season will be 10 seasons since I first joined.
Damn. Love it.
Yep.
But
Five
you keep
seasons,
coming
it's-
back.
What's up?
I said you keep coming back, so obviously
Yeah, because people can't get enough of the meme, I guess.
well, I mean that both as like obviously nice to have you here, but you obviously must enjoy it too to be here. I mean,
Yeah, it's
2019,
a great
that's
league.
3 years. Yeah, no, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a great league, great people, and I'm just here for the vibe.
Absolutely. Emmy tier is a specific kind of vibe.
Yeah, I feel like this season, it's like everyone's decided, hey, we're just gonna step up, and that's what it feels like.
I hope so. I hope so. Definitely got a lot of new guys. I mean, I'm a new guy myself. Don't get me wrong. I barely played last season, but even from my perspective, like a lot of people moved on, and then we got a lot of new guys in. So, but they all seem really dedicated. So I think this is going to be a very competitive season.
Yeah, for sure. And if anybody can find a way to stop Super Shooter, then yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to get him at 3. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'll admit, y'all kind of took it from us, but I'm not gonna say anything else.
Yep.
So.
Oh man. No, obviously we had very similar past this season where we were both signed right before the draft, so had some input, and yeah, I was glad we had the number 3 and you guys had the number 4 because we were able to get our guy.
Yeah, we should have traded y'all for that, but that's just me.
No worries. So, been playing in RSC forever. Any other leagues?
If I named them all specifically, it would take this entire hour. That's how many I've been hit this rate.
That's awesome.
But no, I'm in other leagues like MLE and IGO and FDL and all the other stuff.
Not bad.
So I'm spreading my name around.
Hey, I get it. I mean, everyone knows you. It's funny every time
Exactly.
cause I always check just about every channel in just like the RSC general, and there's always like twice, 3 times a day. It's someone's calling you out in general chat.
Yeah,
Usually.
they just can't get enough of me, can they? I
Yeah.
don't blame them.
It's usually like someone will say something, and then all the premier players will jump in and be like, "Hey, don't fucking hate on Doom for me."
Yeah,
He's a
I'll be like,
legend.
yeah.
Oh, love it. So, you guys got your team together. I mean, all of us, right? We just got done cuts. We're able to do our first preseason match on Wednesday with the Final Four. I mean, we've only been on 4 the whole time, but you had to cut some players, and they're now down to 4. How are you feeling about your team?
I'm feeling pretty good. I had to have one of our captains has been in this league as long as I have, so we know each other from that standpoint, so that's good. And we're good friends, and we're getting there. We still have some shit to work out, but we'll get it worked out.
Oh yeah, I mean
Just
we haven't
we
hit
almost
regular season yet, so
yeah we almost got a 2-2 last night, and then unfortunate events happened, and I'm not gonna say it because I fucked up, so that's fine.
that happens. And I'll tell you what, talking about preseason and everything, we played you guys on Monday, and
Yep.
I mean you clipped on me.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, you had it coming. So did Shooter. So
Oh man.
because that one, I'm just like after that's like I'm gonna talk shit, better back it up, and backed it up.
Hey, I mean I give you guys credit. You're the only one to take a game off us all preseason, so
Well,
a
I'm
lot of
glad.
people are calling you guys the meme team, but I mean no one else beat us, so I'll give it to you guys for sure. Who did you guys play? Today's Thursday. So who did you play last night?
We played Radio Waves.
Radio Waves.
We did pretty well against them at Screams twice, and then last night just we almost got the 2-2 on them.
Yep. Yeah, I see. I mean, they didn't do well preseason match day 1, but Haro wasn't there, and then they swept match day 2, and then you guys took a game off them yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm worried about them. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, we haven't played them yet, so I don't really know what to expect. We haven't played them in scrims. We haven't played them in a match day, and our first match day is actually scheduled for June 6th. So I've been talking, to Speedy. I'm trying to set up a scrim on Monday with him.
Yeah, I will say Haro and Nether Nick are definitely two of their best. They're both insanely correct.
Well, it's good to know. I think they're definitely one of those teams that people were calling on early, and they definitely get a shot.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, cool. Chat, obviously feel free to chime in with any questions you have for Mr. Doom and I. If you have anything, we'll be happy to answer that kind of stuff. Who else did you play during preseason?
We played Brass, which I'm not gonna say the result because FB and Chad will make fun of me for. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we got swept. FB listen, I like you, but told your insaneness down for next Monday so I can get my payback, please. I beg you.
Is that your first match?
And Brett,
the rematch against Brass?
Brass, yeah. And Brett, stop drinking your whatever juice you're drinking against me. It ain't gonna work for long, bud. Just saying.
Oh man, I love it.
Because your neck will be hurting, but how many times I'm in the air against you?
Yeah, and let's be real too. Like obviously, we're gonna talk about preseason. We're gonna talk a lot about teams' results, but preseason matches, especially the early ones, when some teams were trying to rotate through 6 players, like they don't matter. All the records get scrapped before the regular season, so it's good for learning, but the record does not matter at all.
Yeah, for sure. We'll come back stronger for regular season.
For sure.
We have our set 4 now, but teammates and I are finally starting to slowly but surely click together. So
No, I'm with you.
like we're figuring out each other's play styles and shit. So
We'll tell you what. Let's go to a quick commercial break. We'll come back and we're gonna look at preseason results, and we'll kind of talk some teams. We'll be back in about 3 minutes.
Ship my pants? Right here? Ship my pants, you're kidding.
You can ship your pants right here.
You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed.
If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it at Kmart.com right now and ship it to you for free.
What's the difference between a little fun and a lot?
At last, move fast. Definitely Doritos dance floor. Back door, definitely Doritos. Doritos. Time flies, white lies, takes two, says who? Definitely. All right. Why not? Big shot Doritos.
So, nacho cheese Doritos brand tortilla chips. Definitely.
And welcome back. Right here in front of me, if anybody is watching the stream, just know that this is obviously all the teams, their players. It'll also show their final results. Essentially, if you're trying to follow along with how this works, first line is how many wins they got in preseason match day 1. Second line is preseason match day 2. Third line is preseason match day 3. Then the fourth line is the total of wins total, and then fifth line is just their record. So I know this it's just a screenshot. It has no references. Just something I did to kind of calculate out everything. Again, preseason doesn't matter, but kind of gives us something to talk about, right? And of course, thank you again to all of our sponsors: Mountain Dew, Doritos, Kmart, and Ed Creds. Thanks, Dad. So Doom, looking at this, right, I guess we can probably just go kind of left to right. We can talk about all the teams. Should we go left to right? No, we'll go right to left. Let's go a little different here. We'll talk about everything. Crimson Cries came in, won 3 games in match day 1, 1 game match day 2, and got swept match day 3. All preseason, of course. Final record of 4-8. Players are Slolo, Country Wolf, Lachlan, and Silk. What are your thoughts about this team?
Oh, that's surprising considering I thought they were gonna fucking dominate during preseason, and that's not the case. But I feel like they'll come through in the regular season. That franchise always has a way to bounce back from preseason and somehow snooker championship opportunities right from people like myself. So.
For sure.
Sad.
No, I agree. It was interesting. It was one of the teams that was rated very high going into preseason. I mean, quite literally, we just had Suxy on last week. He had rated Crimson Cries as his S tier team. A little struggling in preseason. So we'll see if they're able to turn that around. Slolo's my guy. Don't get me wrong. Big shout out to Slolo. He does all the technical support behind the stream for this. He's just a good guy too. So him, Country Wolf, Lachlan, then Silk's there as well. Like, they're gonna get better, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure. Also, that Saint Prince that slow hit on me last season, I still can't get over it. That was wicked. Just wanted to bring that up.
Oh, for sure. We'll move over to Radio Waves. Radio Waves has Speedy Boy. I think he goes by Unicorn Huntress nowadays. Haro, Shotzi, and Misgod. Started off a little tough. Only got one win in preseason match day 1. I did hear Haro wasn't able to make it to that one. And Haro was their second round pick. Obviously, Speedy Boy was a keeper. Haro was, I think they had like the first pick in the second round or pretty close to it. Match day 2 came back, got 4 wins. Match day 3 picked up 3 for a final record of 8-4. I think it seems good.
That's okay.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that seems surprising because from what I've seen, Haro and Miscot, who also goes by Nethernick, they're 2 of the best people I've seen there. With Speedy coming around and Shootsy, my boy, he's improving. So
for sure.
Despite the amount of times we try to demo each other.
Yep.
Oh, Shootsy, I love you.
Of course, we had Mock on for week 1 of this show. Mock is doing a lot of coaching with them. He's going to be working quite closely with the AMI team this season, so they're in good hands.
Yeah, for sure.
Swing over to the Yorkies. Yorkies had a real rough preseason. This is Atanis, T-Rob, Chicken Joe, and Pablo Escobar. They took one game in preseason match day 1, and then got swept twice.
Yeah, that's unfortunate considering Autonomous is my buddy and he's insane, but I feel like they'll bounce back. You know, it's a time where, you know, you're trying to figure out lineups and definite lineups and shit, so.
For sure.
They'll bounce back. I have faith.
So we had an interesting situation against them. Our scrims get a little bit messed up, so we ended up scrimming against the Yorkies yesterday, and then we had a match against the Yorkies also yesterday.
Yeah, that I was involved in that because at first I thought it was forest, and then I was told it's potatoes, and I remembered it's forest, and then I was told it's getting switched to crimson, and then it's back to potatoes. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm glad I played him because normally I would look and be like, yo, I'd be really worried about this team, you know, try to talk them up a little bit and say, you know, I think they can work it out. But as far as scrims go, they were our hardest team, and it wasn't even close. Out of every team we played, whether there were scrims or matches, they were good. We had to change our our play style before going into matches because their defense was unreal. I mean, there was games we shot, I think 10 shots on goal and would get like 1 goal, lose 2-1 in scrims.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And there was one game they had 6 saves.
Oh my.
Yeah. So obviously they still have things to work on, right? You don't go 1 and oh yeah, I didn't even change their record on bottom. But yeah, you don't go 1-11 and think you're totally good and go forward, but like they do have things to change, but they got something going there, and it's gonna turn around pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Potatoes. Looks like a pretty scary team here. Salvation, Dabs, Anarchist, and Sniper Wolf. Preseason match day 1, they went 3-1, and then proceeded to sweep their next 2.
Yeah, Dirk manages to do it again. I don't know what is with him and cards, but they seem to pick teams that people that shouldn't be in this fucking tier, admittedly. But yeah, no, I mean, what else can I say? They're too good for this damn tier.
So, I had Dabs going in the first round. I was really surprised that he fell. I didn't hate the Salvation pick, but I was a little bit surprised by it. But then that they were able to turn around and get get Dabs in the second, like I was like, oh crap, I'm actually terrified. And they proved it. Just gone ahead and dominated teams. You play them at all?
We scrimmed them last night, and yeah, I want revenge.
Gotcha. We'll move on. Your team. Potential. I'll let you take this one over.
Yeah, we're not even gonna talk about the first one because it got rough, but then we took a game off y'all, and then radio waves we're getting there. It's improvement. We finally got a set 4, and I feel like me, Bernacha, and CB are vibing, and with Kangster, aka F Dick Knock, aka Jeff, he's learning. So I feel like we have a solid lineup. I still can't get over that clip I had against y'all on Monday. That was absolutely nutter butters. But yeah, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, sure. I will just say, yeah, I mean, you guys played us well. So I'm interested to see that kind of go. And then, yeah, we jump over to my team. Super Shooter, Prided Bird, myself, and Papa Lane. We went 4-0 match day 1 and 3, and then, of course, dropped a map to you guys. I'm feeling really good about the team. It's been a lot of fun. Papa Lane's been insane. Like, for a 5th round draft, the guy's been incredible.
Yeah, all he does is go for demos though, which gets freaking annoying.
You say that he played 3 games against the Yorkies and scored 5 goals.
Damn. Okay, that's no offense to the guy, but that's better than he did last season.
Yeah, no, he has been real good this season. He plays a lot like me. He's more of a defensive, wants to play third guy, and then things open up for him, and he's just coming in and scoring. Yeah, Thomas is saying he got like 2 demos max on us. Yeah. I mean, realistically, he's still really good at rotating through net and going for those bumps and those demos, but he has really turned into a very solid all-around player.
Yeah,
very happy
sure.
with him.
Also, Super Shooter, I still can't get where the fat y'all took him from us, but it's okay. I'll just make sure to do it to you. It's fun.
Tell you what, we talk about us taking him from you, but really what happened was Sherrail just gave him to us when they picked Pineapple over him. I was like, okay, let's go, baby. And then grabbing Prided Bird in the second, I was like, or in the third actually, because our second pick, Jafinator, he was cut. But yeah, no, getting Prided Bird in the third was a real good pick for us too. No, it'll be interesting to see. I'm happy with the team. We've been scrimming contenders, our own contender team. After match days, we've been actually doing pretty good against them too. But definitely just trying to get better.
Yeah, for sure.
If we stay at our current level, we're going to do good in the beginning of the season, then you guys will all overtake us. So we need to keep improving.
Super Shooter, there's a target on your back now, and his name is Doom.
I'll let him know. I'll definitely let him know. I'm sure he'll be tuning into this later, but I'll definitely let him know.
Yeah,
Thomas,
him and I become.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say him and I become good friends, so he knows I'll just win.
Oh yeah, no, he's super cool to talk to. Yeah, Tana's saying I still 100% believe Super Shooter would have went number 1. I mean, he was on my draft board as number 1. I will say that. I absolutely can understand Alpha going number 1. Alpha was number 2 on my draft board, but Alpha's a little bit better mechanically, so I can see it. But that was kind of it. Slolo asked before we jump into Sherrail, were there any surprise cuts for you two? I'll let you go first, and I'll kind of talk after.
I want to say no, not really, but I mean, I really didn't pay much attention to amateur cuts that much. So, I could find one.
Yeah, I'll jump in while you're looking. For me, not so much. Obviously, us cutting Jafinator could be a pretty big surprise. We had him rated really highly, but unfortunately, like he jumped in and jumped into our Discord a little late, and then wasn't able to make it on match days. So, I mean, if you can't show up, then we'll definitely have to cut you. The other one I was a little bit surprised on, which I didn't know anything about, so it wasn't a huge surprise. But honestly, slowly your team with can't think of his first name, but Sphinx, just being like just about a tier max player. Didn't see him show up in any of the combines. I didn't really get a chance to play with him, but I kind of was surprised to see him get cut. But at the same time, obviously, when you're looking at trying to manage a roster cap, a tier max player can be a little bit harder to hold on to. So can definitely see that.
Yeah, I hate to interrupt, but I gotta take a phone call. We're gonna miss real quick, so I'll be back.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, totally. Yes, good question, Solo. I appreciate that. Anybody else I saw I wasn't super surprised about. I do have... I'm not even going to bother pulling it up. But I think there's definitely some free agents out there that can compete for spots on the teams currently. And it'll just be kind of up to the teams whether they want to try them out or not. We'll move over to Sherelle. Sherelle has Pineapple, Engineer, Lord Schmicky, and Cuse. They got swept in preseason match day 1, then turned around, won 3 games, and then won 2 games in the second. So, decent turnaround for them. I will say they played pretty well. Their top lineup, we played them in match day 1, so it's a little bit tough when you're trying to rotate through all your players. I think they still had 6 players at the time. But their main lineup of Pineapple, Engineer, and Schmicky was good. Schmicky kind of gives that team that mindset. Obviously, he won the championship last season rather, with Suxy and Laban, so he knows exactly what he has to do. He knows kind of what role he has to play in the team. And Pineapple and Engineer are both good players that can only improve, so they're definitely a team to watch out for. And then our final team is Brass. Team that obviously they 4-0'd Potential in their first set. They got 4-0'd by, I'm not sure who, I guess I can figure it out. Yeah, it looks like it's either Radio Waves or Potential in match day 2. And then they went 2-2 on match day 3. So, ended up finishing 500. They have Alpha Slayer, FB Stover Gaming. Stover's always here. Shout out to him. Got Sprite, and then Breadboar. So, solid team. Alpha is scary. What he can do in the air is pretty crazy for amateur level.
Yeah, for sure. I'll saw him back.
Yep. Yeah, I see you. I got your camera pulled up. What do you think about Brass?
Brass, Stover and Brett are too good for their own good. That's all I'm gonna say. Stover impressed me, and Brett, whatever juice he's drinking against me, he better stop, because it's not gonna last long. So, but now the other two, Sprite and Alpha, both definitely have potential, pun intended. For because Alpha's really good, and Sprite I feel like just keeps improving every time she plays.
Yep.
So
yeah, so we'll hit something else later, but Solo talking about the Sphinx cut, basically saying that if they were to keep Sphinx, then they wouldn't have been able to keep anybody else because of the cap. We don't know what cap is, just full disclosure. That's something the GMs know. Basically, if you ask your GM, depending on who it is, they might tell you, they might not. I'm not sure. I haven't asked mine. I don't care to know. But that is the feedback I've seen around most general chats. But yeah, he's saying that obviously Slolo himself was pretty close to cap, and then Country and Locke are above average, so makes sense that they had to keep who they did.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's it for our teams. We'll jump over to our tier list, and Doom, you got full control of the tier list. Suxy kind of fucked it up last week. I'm gonna be honest. No hate on Suxy, but Suxy, you fucked this up pretty bad. Potatoes and D tier, like, they only dropped one map, man. one match. So, or one game. Dude, what kind of changes do you want to make here? We can start on the top. We can start on bottom. We can just bounce back and forth. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'm starting on top because Potatoes definitely deserve to be there. I'm gonna put your team out there too, just because. Even though I took a game off y'all still played really well. So, I'm gonna go Brass A, because I feel like they're really good too.
I'm just gonna pull all these other teams down just so it's. Oh, I'm just gonna hit reset. I'll do that. So you put Potatoes S, Nua S, Brass.
Yeah,
A.
Brass and Radio Waves A.
Radio Waves.
I'm gonna go put us at B. I know we haven't done well, but there's massive potential there. Pun intended again.
Oh, pun intended.
I'm so punny tonight, I know. We'll go with Yorkies B. I feel like they have a ton of potential too. They just need to step up. And then Crimson and Sherelle C. Just they both need to step. The results both shocked me, and they need to step up a bit more.
Yep. No, I think that's pretty fair. We'll see how many people in chat get mad real quick.
Probably a lot. I don't care. I'll still whoop y'all. So
love it.
fight me, I dare you.
Yeah, so that's your tier list. We'll lock that in just like that, and then let's go back to the couch.
Did I fuck it up this time, or was it better? I mean, I try not to be too biased. Like,
I will say I like your tier list better than I like Suxy's.
Thank God, because I tend to base them more off results.
Yeah.
So.
No, it'll be interesting once we hit regular season, and we can go in.
Yeah,
Natanis,
sure.
I'm always mad. Let's fight.
Natanis, you won't. I'll make your neck hurt so bad that I'm not gonna finish that.
Oh man. We'll tell you what. That's what we got for kind of previewing the season. Actually, we can go in now. We're actually in the season now. Oh man.
Yep.
Your face is gonna look weird real quick, so I'm gonna pull up the schedule.
My face always looks weird. I'm not surprised.
Well, now it's not even gonna be a face anymore. It's just gonna be some Discord background. Cool. Then that should be pulling up. So let's look at match day 1. Let's get some predictions here. First match: Potatoes versus Radio Waves.
Potatoes. I'm sorry, Radio Waves. Y'all are good, but Potatoes ain't being stopped.
4-0 or 3-1.
I might be bold and say 4-0.
I'm gonna go 3-1 there. Potential versus Brass. There's your rematch.
That's it. Yeah, you know who I'm picking. It's a given.
You going 4-0?
Yep. We're 4-0 in them.
Love it. I'm gonna say 2-2.
Okay, fair.
Sherelle versus Nua.
Nua.
4-0.
I'm gonna say 3-1.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna be even more bold to say 2-2.
Okay, I'm gonna go 4-0, but there's a little bias there.
No, there's a lot of bias. Mine was biased too.
And then our final matchup, which I think is actually probably the most interesting, Yorkies versus Crimson Cries.
I'd say that one's split, because Lachlan and Atanis both are really good. So that's the battle of the two friends there.
Yep.
So
you're going 2-2. I'm gonna go 3-1 Yorkies, but I don't feel good about it. I think that could go either way.
I'd say if that doesn't end in a split, I would be hella surprised. Because both teams are pretty much equal.
I agree.
So.
Match day 2, next Wednesday. Potatoes versus Potential.
Do I want to give the non-biased answer or a biased answer on this? Fuck it, Potential.
4-0?
I will say that will probably end in a 2-2. Depending on how badly I decide to beat up on Salvation, because he deserves it.
I'm going to go 3-1 Potatoes. Radio Waves Brass.
That one I could see ending in either 2-2 or 3-1 Radio Waves.
This one's tough. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go 3-1 Radio Waves.
Yeah, because if Harrow and Nether, Nick, aka Miscout, are both vibing, then their team's pretty much solid.
Yep. Sherelle versus Yorkies.
I'm gonna say Yorkies 3-1.
I'm going to go Yorkies 4-0. I think this is going to be their coming out game. Nua Crimson Cries.
Again, do I give the non-biased, non-fan answer or the biased fan answer?
Hey, whatever you want to.
Hey, you know what? I could see go 2-2.
I'm going to go... I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go 2-2.
Yeah.
We'll see how that is. And that brings us for those next games next week. We'll see how our predictions go. And we'll kind of jump in on that next week. The other thing is, anybody watching, if you want to see your clips, we're going to start showing those next week as well. Easiest way to submit them is just jump into the Discord and then just post them in clip submission. We're going to show all the clips that are posted there every week. The ones from the matches. So feel free to throw them there. If you need an invite to the Discord, just let me know. I'll hit you up. Last thing before we go, not second to last thing before we go. Completely unbiased, because you can't pick potential here. Who do you have winning the championship this year?
See, now you made me want to go to the bias route, but now I can't do that. Fuck.
Can't pick potential. Any other team.
Even though I know it's probably going to be us, but if it ain't us, then probably potatoes.
Potatoes.
Unless I can find a way to beat Salvation into absolute oblivion, which may happen.
So then the final thing I have for you. Anything that you have that you want to tell our fans, or any questions you got, or just floor's open. Anything you want.
I mean, I'm good. Other than the fact that this is the season I finally won one, but yeah. Other than that, I'm good.
Awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck. We'll definitely have some good games going forward. Last announcement, because Solo reminded me. Solo will be picking or working through stats and using that to pick player of the week, and we'll be able to announce that on this show as well. So that'll be a nice segment coming forward as well. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week, next Thursday at 8 o'clock. We'll be going back to our normal time. And next week's guest is Bad Example. Peace.